What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. In case you missed the pull ratios from Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge yesterday in my video, we have 30 cases from Tier 0 being cracked open, and I did miss something yesterday, and I went back and saw the other pull rates. There's only about 5 high-speed Roid Kite Drakes per case, so it's a card not everybody's attention is too much on, but it's just another shorter print within the set. Now, when we're talking a case, that's 12 boxes, so this is 360 boxes that Tier 0 has now busted open for their pre-sales, and I find it interesting because somebody yesterday was like, John, don't you think the term short print is being thrown around too much these days? I put it in my title. Ooh, clickbait. Well, my response to that is, don't you think 3 to 5 per case of secret rares when there's a secret rare in every single pack is a little short on the side? So we do see Utopia Kaiser for Tier 0 is around 3 per case, and do we call the 5 to 6 ones half prints because it's about half the print of a regular secret rare? Widow Anchor is almost all the way to 6 per case for them, and then we see Engage at 5. They have almost one of the most generous pulls I've seen for Borload, almost all the way to 3 per case. As we've seen on YouTube, somebody got 1 in their case, I've heard somebody got 0 in a case, and you're gonna see one of my friends open a box and go, oh my gosh, a second Boral Sword! Well, the thing is, whenever you have somebody getting 1 in their case, that means another case is probably getting luckier, so there will be cases with 4 to 5 Boral Swords to match those people that are getting 1. Now, going through up further, we do see a lot of the Linky boys, Almirage at 5 per case, Lambda at 5 per case, Sarah at 5 per case, and then the BLS Link at an even 3. Again, another meta card in my opinion. The Link 3 is very good. And then Kite Drake being the other one. And then one on-off ratio. Vision Hero Increase at 8 per case kind of had me scratching my head. It's the only outlier in terms of every single pull. And I think it's interesting. And it just shows there will be variance no matter who is pulling what. But This one was a little weird. Now, going through prices, it is release day. OTSs are cracking this open, and I just wanted to go through it real quick before regularly scheduled Market Watch. We've had enough of Battles of Legend, John. Boral Sword Dragon was $45 yesterday on TCG, quickly falling to $37. It is cheaper on eBay at $34. Simply Unlucky seems to have cracked open a lot of his packs, and he's going to be cheapest. Imagine how many people click on your listing over here, no picture, and think they're actually getting a Boral Sword Dragon. Let me see. Yep, it is Savage Strike, $30. This is complete scum to me, in my opinion. Then we're going through, and Simply Unlucky is the cheapest US pull for Almirage, but we do see the foreign sellers with their pre-sales still having them up just a bit cheaper. Psyframe Lord Lambda was spiking, now going back down a little bit, so just under 15. It'll be interesting. This is one of the most open products, so we're going to see a lot of competition on the singles, and there will be fallouts on certain prices. Not all of them can hold this high, even being shorted per cases. Blackluster Soldier is actually up from, I think, when I was last looking at it. Lowest 16 was Simply Unlucky leading again. And we come over here, the prices are a little bit higher. Even though I'm sponsored, I tell you to use my link down below for TCG Player because it costs you nothing and supports me whenever you're shopping TCG Player. With pre-sales, the prices are typically a little higher. There were some wins as we showed. Almirage for $8 to $7 earlier. You did pretty dang good. Now, looking through though, I don't think there's going to be optimal buying except for about a week out once competition gets sellers to list under each other. So 3 to 4 days, maybe a week, TCG Player will have a lot of the best prices. But for now, we can clearly see it's eBay. Lambda here towards 17. Blackluster Soldier, 17, barely above. And then if they run a bonus back promotion though, they do bonus bucks back on TCG Player, some of these would actually be cheaper. Engage, Widow Anchor, everything falling out pretty well under that because as a set becomes top heavy, the rest of the pools become gravy for a lot of people, and they're going to be selling them off. So with Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge, I officially do change my statement to you should buy the freaking singles with how the short prints did fall. I'm not really shocked. I'm not surprised. People in yesterday's videos, are you really shocked? No, I'm just a little bit disgusted, you know? That that's never going to change me being angry for people. Going through the rest of today's Market Watch, I did want to bring up Trap Tricks Sarah because there are a couple of Trap Tricks related buyouts. Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare is up as one of the best hole cards you can get off of her, and the ultimate rare is towards 20. There are Super Murmillos, but they're not necessarily spiking right now, but there are very few quantities on market, so you should think about getting that sooner rather than later. And I don't know how many people are going to be making Rafflesia. A lot of people are telling me they're running Sarah in Paleo Frog. It does give you a downward arrow. It's relatively low cost. It's a very big plus. So, Paleo Frog players that are putting Sarah in, if you're hollowing out your deck, consider that sooner than later. I wanted to go over some sealed product, but I've accidentally put this a little early in Market Watch, but I'll just talk about it. Coda of the Duelist was the first set to introduce links. When we look back at DUEA, it's very iconic, and there are some awesome cards in here. Trickstars took a while to actually pop off. Gokis, iconic, and Firewall. But the reason why the price is down so much now is the cover card is freaking banned, but you do see it goes up quickly here. So if you're looking to get and store sealed product, first edition Code of the Duelist might not be so bad, but it doesn't tell you if it's first here. I'll show you where to get some first ed in a second. The joke for the Trap Tricks was White Hole is bought out. It's a whole normal trap card. Smile, counter Dark Hole in maximum rarity. And then looking through, Trap Hole of Spikes was actually getting up there in price. I believe it's only printing is the Millennium Pack. Yes. And so one independent seller, Guardian Games Indie, has come in here with 122 copies. This is what I love about the Yu-Gi-Oh market. It only takes one independent seller to just put something out and bottom out the floor on a price and make other investors go, hey, do we buy this out together? Like, this guy is undercutting everybody. Awesome price. Guardian Games, go get him. It's really funny to see this. It's not the best card. I don't think I'd be personally running it, but it is an option. It's just, there's not that many. So, as I was talking about Code of the Duelist, I was looking at Dave and Adam's Card World, and they actually have Legendary Collection box binders as well. Usually you see the boxes on Walmart's shelf. The binders are really hard to get, and when I was looking through eBay, it's low as 70. So there's a pretty good deal out there at Dave and Adam's Card World. If you're looking through, they have the binders on clearance. Something nostalgic to maybe keep. Now, this is something Konami could just re-wave at any point, as we see with all Legendary collections, but they already did it with the box set. They're unlikely to do it with the binder because it costs them more in materials to reprint, and it comes with 3 extra promos. It's just something cool, a little piece of Yu-Gi-Oh! History to have the first Legendary collection in binder form, in my opinion. They also do have the Code of the Duelist boxes at $45 if you're looking for them. They do give free shipping over a certain amount along with free gifts. So if you're trying to get your card up there with more than that, hey, maybe you should grab yourself a box here too. But you can support me directly on these 5 boxes from King Games. Now, it does say first edition on the box they're showing, though, so I assume these Code of the Duelist boxes are first edition, or at least I hope so. And on eBay, similarly, first edition, factory sealed, $45. So there is a bottoming out on this set. A lot of people might have been holding it as the first Link set, but it is good to see that, hey, anybody who wants this, if Firewall ever peels off the ban list, I don't think it will without an errata and a reprinted alternate art, this set can gain some of its iconicness back. Now looking through Troll and Toad's hot list. This isn't something I show all the time, but I just want to show what gives me ideas. I like to stop in, look at this, and see, hey, what's popping? Because if they're having it on their hot buys, that means there's actual market movement for the cards that are in demand for them. I was looking through in Quintet Magician. Look at this. These sellers are making less on their Quintet Magicians than if they were to sell them to trollandtoad.com. That's pretty hilarious to me. Your fees and shipping versus being able to just enter them in a buy list, you're making less over here selling on TCG Player. There is worth to gaining feedback, but versus fees, shipping, etc., hey, that's pretty good. Then also looking through, I didn't know anything about Blackwing Simoon, the Poison Wind. He's a super rare out of the Legendary side set. It's like the Duelist pack, the Legendary Duelist. And then you see they were buying him for $525. Again, $6, you would beat your fees in shipping to sell the troll, but he's a pretty decent card. They're also buying the full Armor Master. This is a card I told people they should keep their eye on and pick up. Borreload Savage Dragon's around $18, and so seeing it at 14 on their demand list, it's pretty good in terms of ratios to sell to them as well. But I forgot to re-mention Sanctum. So Artifact Scythe is reprinted. Artifact Lancia reprinted in Secret Rare. The last piece that people should be getting, and I reminded you all a long time ago, is Artifact Sanctum. This is something I would get way sooner than later, because I don't see where its reprint would be besides maybe Super in an OTS pack, if Konami's up for it. Maybe it could be in Dual Devastator, but Sanctum is something I would have for that all-important engine, and the Ultra Rares are as low as $5 freaking here from Indigo Games, and the Secret Rares are going up very quickly. And then you have the Megaton Ultras as well, under $5, but very low quantities on every single one. So again, Artifact Sanctum, you're going to have Scythes now. You're going to have the Artifact Engine. Might as well have it all together before this, over time, respikes to 10 per Sanctum unless there is some reprint coolant. And of course, if you're buying, use my TCG player link down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation, and let me know what you think of me including and peppering in sealed product among the hot stuff of what's happening. Anytime I see a deal, I tend to bring it to you guys. They have full cases of this, so I'm pretty sure they have a good quantity of it, but it's a really cool collectible. And let me know what you think of Code of the Duelist. Do you think it's just way too far removed from Duelist Alliance? I mean, Duelist Alliance had Ultimate Rares. There's something to think about as well with the set. What do you think about this? Long term, I've heard multiple people say they're going to be holding on to some boxes of these, and at a bottom out of $45 with such an iconic leap into the Link era, I don't know that it can get much cheaper than that. Again, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.